There is another person who don't talk too much. That is the Auditor General. I am taking up the work to defend the Auditor General tonight.
A young man, former member of parliament, former and the senator, the rest of them, Damion, Crawford.
Respect. Let me start by observing the protocols. Yeah, one day, man. One Danishka. And I want to say a special good afternoon, of course, to the leader of the PMP, Mark Jefferson Golding. And I also want to say a special good afternoon to my friend, my confidant, my key spar, Danishka Williams, who will be the next member of parliament for Southwest St. Anne. And before I end the greetings, I want to say thank you to all of you for the support that you are showing to a young woman who deserves such a support. I don't know about anybody else, but I can talk what Danishka has done for me. When I ran in 2011 in the East Rural St. Andrew, Danishka was at the forefront of my campaign for victory in this rural St. Andrew. I gone too far. When I ran for PMP YO, Danishka was one of the managers of that campaign for president of the PMP YO. When I ran for vice president of the People's National Party, Danishka was the road manager for me when I ran for vice president of the People's National Party. When I ran in East Portland, Danishka was the road manager in East Portland. And when East Portland didn't turn out how we wanted it, and we had a meeting at our yard to say how will we recover from something that people think that we would be dead, Danishka was one of 4 that was at my yard to discuss how we would recover. How could I not be here tonight for Danishka Williams? And when I came, when you notice, when you never see me, I come through the crowd is too thick. Me have to jump over the back wall and sneaky come round. And when my people ask me walk one, I said, I hear the sound, the Rastaman. Babylon, and from what I see here tonight, there's no way Babylon Labour Right can win this election nor this constituency. And it is showing, as I hear my father say, Wickham Matney, he said that they are nervous. So nervous that they might violate and disrespect everybody. They can call me and tell me, say Andrew Seaman, say him a fool. and attack foolishness. You will talk to him later. I know you will deal with him the right way. How to deal with him. I man take up your battle, you will deal with it. But there is another person who don't talk too much. That is the Auditor General. I am taking up the work to defend the Auditor General tonight. Because the man come forward to say that she is either ignorant, incompetent, or of malice. Now the Auditor General spoke the truth that 3.4 billion with a B, not with a M, was granted to the housing project for Andrew Holness program under his ministry. He said that he never spent the 3.4 billion. Then I want to know, if you get 3.4 billion and don't spend it in your 9 years, if that is not incapable and incompetent. He then said that he needs 6,000 houses for the poor and the indigent. In 9 years, he built less than 300. It means it will take 200 years for him to build 6,000. I want to know a prime minister who have a plan for 200 years, if that is not incapable and incompetent. I have to ask the question, what can go so? I then heard on the news that the Prime Minister believed that the state of the roads is an emergency. But he has been in charge of roads under his ministry for 9 years. So when did he recognize that the roads was an emergency? If after you lose an election, the road is an emergency, is that not incapable and incompetent? I hear that all of a sudden they don't realize that 18% of our children is passing 5 subjects including maths and English. Isn't it incapable? Isn't it incompetent? If after 9 years the majority of our children cannot get 1 subject in school? And that is why on the campaign trail, I want you to remind the people that we are having an election between 1 meal per child in school and 3 meals per adult in prison. The JLP will tell you you cannot afford to give every child a meal. But when they get into trouble, they find 3 meals for an adult. This election is against the incompetence of a government that still don't give children books in the 2nd going into the 3rd term. And textbooks still don't distribute to most of our children in the secondary school. Whole heap of people have to buy the books that are on the book rental. That is incompetence. The level of incompetence that we are seeing is causing for people to drown in a pothole. I never hear that in the history of Jamaica. That a pothole so deep that a man can drown in it. And no say we have a farming community, but people planting banana in a pothole now. There is more agriculture in pothole than per land. And all of a sudden. But tonight I won't be giving no solutions. I hear nation narrow and island wide. Where is the PMP's solution? We know said nobody not thief like labor right when time come for elections. Hold on. I go to conference and said that students being absent is a problem. In 1 month, Wholeness go to his conference and said truancy is a problem. If just the one use my words and find the next word and then said this is a problem. So if him thief my word, then him now go thief my plan. There is no way. We are saying nothing more until the JLP call the election. Then we will tell the people what our plans are. But no, we don't plan to have 24 bank accounts. 28. I hear say is 56. But incompetence and in ignorance make you only hide 28. That is incompetence. I can tell you that we don't plan to make you can't afford to send your children to school. And you can't afford to give them lunch money. I tell you that we don't plan that part children will get a different lunch than the other children to feel like they're less than. I can tell you that we don't plan to give them 3 meals per week and have them absent for the other 2 days. I tell you that we don't plan to have people leaving school and can't read and can't write and don't know simple mathematics. I tell you, we don't plan to be MPs and ministers importing things from over foreign and then not interested in doing anything about agriculture because we make more money from importing it ourselves and selling it to the people. Where does this government get so much time to be ministers and contractors and housing developers and importers and supermarkets? Where they get so much time to be in so much businesses? We don't intend to rob the people of an opportunity to make them children better than them. And so I thank you once again for showing the love that I would love for people to show to a loving person like Danishka. I want to say I believe she's a student of mine. And my students only get A. And Danishka is an A student. An A student. Oh my comrades, see the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now are coming. Victory. Victory. It's not.